Grandparents, have you hated any of your grandchildren? I've always seen myself as the backbone of the family. 3 kids, 7 grandkids, and more backyard cookouts than I could count. I built birdhouses in the garage, always kept candy in my coat pockets, and never missed a single birthday. My fridge was a collage of construction paper crafts and spelling bee ribbons. I figured if I kept showing up, love would always be enough. Then came Tyler. Even when he was small, something felt off. It wasn't just tantrums or stubbornness. There was a sharpness to him, a cold kind of defiance that didn't belong in someone that young. When he was 4, he pushed his cousin off the swing just because she was laughing. He watched her cry, eyes locked on her face, like he was studying it. I remember pulling him aside and asking why he did it. He just shrugged and said she was being annoying. At 6, he crushed a bird's nest with a stick after I told him to leave it alone. I caught him doing it, feathers stuck to his shoes, and all he said was, "It's just birds." No guilt, no tears. His mother, my youngest daughter, refused to believe anything was wrong. She blamed other kids, said teachers were too hard on him, said the world didn't understand how special he was. But I saw him for what he was becoming, and it scared me. By 10, he lied about everything. He once told a neighbor that his mom had cancer, just to see how they'd react. He poured hot sauce into the family punch bowl at Thanksgiving, watched from the hallway as everyone took a sip, then burst into laughter. Another time, he locked a toddler cousin in the bathroom during a family gathering and threw the key down the heating vent. I tried. I sat him down after each incident, tried to connect. Nothing stuck. There was no flicker of regret in him, just that same smile, like he was daring me to do something about it. But what broke me was the dog. Benny was old and slow, a beagle that had been by my side since my wife passed. Tyler was 12 when I saw him chasing Benny around the yard with a rake. I yelled, but not fast enough. Benny limped for the rest of his life after that. Tyler didn't look scared or sorry. He looked bored. Still, I kept trying. I thought if I held on tight enough, something would change. That if I kept being the man I always was, the love would eventually sink in. Then one afternoon, I walked into my bedroom and saw my late wife's jewelry box open. A few pieces were gone. Tyler sat on the floor, phone in hand, taking pictures of the rings for some online resale site. I didn't even raise my voice. I just stood there. He looked up, smiled, and said, "You're not using them." That was it. That was the moment I felt it. Not disappointment, not grief, just something cold and final settling in my chest. I didn't invite him over anymore. I didn't offer him money or ask about school. I kept it polite when I had to, but I stayed distant. The final blow came at a family reunion. Tyler was 17, drunk, staggering around the yard with a cheap bottle of vodka in hand. He knocked over the dessert table, screamed at his cousin, and when I asked him to leave, he spit at my feet in front of everyone. No apology ever came. That night, I sat on the porch with a photo of my wife in my lap. I whispered, "I'm sorry," not to him, to myself, for carrying the weight of loving someone who only knew how to hurt. I didn't want to hate him. I didn't go looking for that feeling. But when love is ignored long enough, it starts to rot. What's left after that is a truth most people are too afraid to say out loud.